All right, I need to keep my voice down a little bit because we're in a residential area, but we are no longer in Chiang Mai, Thailand. We are now in Hanoi, Vietnam. We are here for 1 month and we are staying in the Ba Dinh district of Hanoi. So we're right on the south side of Westlake, and our apartment that we're staying in for the month, we booked it through Airbnb. It's probably the most unique place that we've stayed in all year. So it's part of this old, like over 100-year-old building. I think it is from the French colonial period. And right now we are standing in the building that it's part of. So to get to our apartment, we are off of a busy street and we squeeze down this teeny tiny little narrow alleyway. And once we get to the end of the alleyway, we come through this like kind of, as you can see, there are some motorbikes parked in this kind of little garage area. And then we take this staircase up to the second floor to get to our actual apartment. So we're going to show you guys that just because it's so like quirky and unique. So let's head inside and check it out. Welcome to our foyer. This is exactly what you get right when you come inside of the apartment. And as we said, we come up a set of stairs. So technically we're on level 2 of the building right now, but this is the first floor of our actual apartment unit. So our apartment unit is actually 3 stories high, all to ourselves. And so we're going to go up our stairs to the first, second, third stories to show you guys everything. So starting with the kitchen here on the first floor. So this is our kitchen. It's fully equipped for cooking. We have a nice large countertop space, cabinet space, sink, and 1 burner to cook with. They also have like a rice cooker and a kettle as well. So we've been able to manage just fine. It has plenty of dishes and crockery and cutlery, everything that we need to prepare our own meals. And then on this side of the kitchen is the table. We had expectations to work at this table since we are on our computers a lot, but it's a little wobbly. The chairs are uncomfortable and it's kind of a tight space for Chris and I both to share. So we decided to not work down here, but instead to work up in the living room. We've kind of rigged a setup to be able to make that work, but we did it. And on this side of the kitchen, we have a small refrigerator and a microwave.
We have like these old school windows and they're very small. And one issue with them is like the view outside is not that great because there's another building right over there and all we see is like windows. But the interesting thing is the building is actually a gym and we can see the pool. So take that for what it's worth. It's sort of interesting. We do see a lot of people in there, but now funny thing is once we get up to the second story, same window scenario, but like every now and then there's like a group of people that come and do some type of yoga, and so we can like see them in there. They'll typically be doing all these different little movements and stuff, and I've actually learned some yoga myself just by looking out the window and seeing them go. Anyway, let's head upstairs.
As you can see, this narrow metal spiral staircase is here. So what you just saw is what you get on the first floor. You have your foyer and the kitchen. So when you come through here, so I'm about 5'7", and when you come up these stairs, I barely miss the cutoff for like where my head's gonna hit right here. So I barely miss it, but Chris has to duck when he comes underneath or when he's coming from above. So very narrow and not the best for very tall people. I can imagine if you're wide as well, that it's probably not going to be the best scenario because it's pretty narrow. But Welcome to floor number 2. This is the living room. So again, we kind of have like a 1 room per floor scenario. So floor number 1, kitchen. Floor number 2, living room. And this is what we've rigged to be the area that we hang out in most, so that we can work from our laptops. We share this futon couch as a chair. And then we have shelves and tables that we put our laptops on, and we use these stools for our feet to prop our legs up on sometimes. So it's different. It's not the most comfortable work environment, but for a month we are able to sustain it. This is the window that Chris was just talking about. Since it's night outside, you can't see anything, but right across the way is the pool and a little area where people do yoga. Now, you might hear something that would be a fan. I'm not sure if it's being picked up, but we have a fan blowing here because this, come over this way, is our laundry room in this direction. And we have some clothes hanging in there now to air dry. So the unit has a washing machine and no dryer. So you hang dry your clothes, and we have this kind of like clothesline here that we're able to just hang all the clothes, and then we blow the fan in there to help them dry more quickly.
Show them the little thing that you turn. I think this thing is like here to, there's like this little wheel that you turn and the clothes like hanger drops. I think it may be for like, maybe if for short people. It's either for short people to be able to reach, or it's to drop it down so the clothes will be like exposed to the sun. Haven't figured that out, but it's kind of interesting.
So it's a little handle here, and you basically just reel it like a fishing pole. And it just comes up, and Chris's boxers are kind of showcased, but yeah.
Hopefully you didn't see that.
On this side, behind this door, is a half bathroom. So it is a very basic bathroom with a toilet and a sink. You can kind of get the whole view of it from here. Just a toilet and a sink, and there's a small window and a fan. And so what you see is what you get.
It does have 2 bathrooms.
Yeah, so we have a full this is a half bathroom. We have a full bathroom upstairs with a shower.
Which, one interesting thing about this is this little lock.
Yeah, and we just like to keep this shut and locked because there's like a window in there that doesn't have, well, I guess it's just an opening to the outside. It doesn't have any glass, and mosquitoes and stuff get in, so we like to just keep it locked. We also have a fan on the ceiling. Forgot to point this out in the kitchen as well, but here it is, which is a good thing because the unit only has 1 air conditioning unit up in the bedroom on the 3rd floor. So it was pretty hot when we first got here, like in the 80s, but as our trip has progressed, it's gotten into like the, oh, and I'm talking Fahrenheit, by the way. It's gone into the 70s and 60s, 50s, and even 40s sometime at night. So do the Celsius conversion if you need, but it's gotten pretty chilly, and actually it's the coldest weather that we have experienced all year. We've been in Southeast Asia, and we've mostly been experiencing 80s, 90s, and even 100s. But since being in Hanoi, this is the first relatively cool place that we've been all year in terms of climate. So it's been a change to be wearing hoodies every day. But let's go up to the 3rd floor now. Again, same staircase ordeal, same narrowness, same height restriction. All right, so now we're on the 3rd floor. Right behind me here is the bedroom, which we'll go in a moment. Over here we have like a wardrobe area, closet, storage space, and actually a radiator heater. Is that what this type of heater is called? Someone just told us about these types of heaters before. We've never used these because back home for heating we have central heating that comes through the vent. So this was new to us. We knew they existed, but we haven't used them before.
Yeah, that's basically just a space heater. I don't think it's any particular kind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so just a small space heater. And we actually have turned it on a couple of times when we've gotten pretty chilly. And over here is the full bathroom. It's not much bigger than the first, but as you can see, it does have a shower. And then this is the setup where it's basically toilet, shower, sink, water heater, all in one square area, and then a shower curtain to separate the shower section from the toilet section. So if you were just wondering what that sound was, that is the water pressure pump. And basically when it's on, it makes noise like that when the toilet flushes or the sink is running or we're washing clothes. So given that we're both here on camera, I don't know what water is running to make it have that noise, but that's that. It's up on the roof here, and we can hear it as long as we have it on.
Here's a view of the stairs going down. So it looks pretty kind of intimidating, I guess. But then also, if we look up, we have this interesting roof hatch, which is open. Like there's just a little like grid up there, like grill type mesh. But other than that, it's open. Like we're fine with it. We don't really mind it being open, especially when the temperature's right. But one issue that we're seeing here in Hanoi so far is the air quality is very bad. And so like there's a lot of pollution, and we've actually been experiencing issues ourselves. We had a sore throat. Sinuses are really congested, and the worst part of it is we've been getting some headaches every now and then from the pollution. We've seen a little bit of pollution here and there, like in Southeast Asia in general, but we haven't had it this bad before.
Air pollution specifically.
Yeah, air pollution specifically. So with this hatch in the top, a lot of times like when we've come up here, we've sort of felt like that we can feel or sense the kind of bad air. So we usually keep our door to the room shut at all times, and then this kind of just like does its own thing over here in the hallway.
So to the bedroom, we have this glass door that seals pretty well, and as you can see, we're kind of dealing with the height restriction issue again. It's not a problem for me, but I'm just kind of barely missing it. But we come in here. Bedroom is very simple. We've got all of our luggage kind of pushed to the side here, and we have a bed on the floor. So this is where we sleep. We don't really care that it's on the floor, and really that's what the room is used for. Since the floors are kind of secluded and you know, being just bedroom up here, living room on the middle, kitchen on the third, we use the floors just in a very narrow fashion, I guess, like for sleeping, for working on the second floor, and for eating on the first floor. And other than that, we don't really like utilize the spaces much more than for the actual purposes of what the rooms are designated for.
Sad thing is we're hardly ever up here except when we sleep, and the most sunlight comes in up here.
Yeah, so you can't tell because it's, you know, dark right now in here, but we have like a really large window, and so it gets the most sun, and it's the opposite direction of the gym windows that we were talking about earlier. So we do get light coming in from those windows, but not any direct light because it's right up against a building. Up here though, the window in our bedroom is facing the other way, and it gets lots of sun, but we can't ever enjoy it because we're never up here unless we're sleeping. So this is the window that lets in all the sunlight. I could open it, but you're not gonna see much because of the reflection. It just has these metal bars here, and our air conditioning unit.
This is probably the best one we've had.
Best air conditioning unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had really strange luck with ACs since traveling. Lots of times they either like don't put out cool air, or they make a lot of noise, or they drip. We even stayed in one place where the AC unit was mounted right over the bed, the like head of the bed, and it would drip like where we sleep. So that was probably the worst. Ones that make noise and wake you up in the middle of the night are not good either. But this one, we've had no issues. We've not even really had to run it that much, given the fact that we've been having cooler weather here. But that is basically it for our Hanoi apartment tour. Must be very careful because I'm standing on the edge of the stairs of the 3rd story. But we have lots more things that we want to show you about Hanoi coming soon. This place has been, each new place we go has its own uniqueness to it, and there's been several things here that have shocked us so far. I mean, the mere amounts of people, how populated it is, how many people you see on scooter or motorbikes driving all the time. We've just experienced lots of new things here, so we look forward to sharing that with you soon.
All right, cool. Like, the fact that it's open isn't really, go down the stairs.
Oh my gosh.
The fact that it's open
Hold on.
isn't really a big deal.
Just so that we can see what Chris is dealing with here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get comfortable.